Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for this flip through. Today I'm going to be sharing what life has looked like in my Hobonichi weeks and my cousin, so stick around. Hi friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for this flip through of my Hobonichi planners. I've got my weeks and my cousin. If you've been following me, then you know this is a brand new planner because I ruined my other one, which I should grab to show you how terrible it got ruined because I dumped my Awala water bottle emptied into my purse where this was. I didn't even get to write in March in here, but here's what I had decorated. So sad. I guess I did kind of write in it, but that's March. Here we go. Did I write in it? Am I making up things? Probably. Let's see. Here's the first full week of March. So I did write in it a little bit. I kept it because I think I'm going to try to back plan in here if I have time. But I did order this one the day that I ruined my Paddington one. So this is obviously part of this release and collection, and it's so cute. So I got this planner. I put a few stickers in the front. This says life is messy, but so is glitter. You got this. I managed to be able to pull these tabs off of the Paddington weeks. They're really jacked up if you look close, but it works. I filled out the year at a glance. I filled out all of the months. So I have January, February, and these are 2024's Hobonichi Weeks kits. March and April, I did use a lot of the newer kit. And then to flip through March, I didn't plan in it. You can see it's empty until this week. This was me just using my stash. I haven't written in it a ton. I've been sick. So like right after I filled this out was when I ended up going back to urgent care. This is the week I started feeling sick on the 13th. Went to urgent care Saturday morning and then back again on Monday where they said I had pneumonia. So I was home this whole week. And then back to work last week. So that's really it. I've just been keeping track of what I've been reading, like listening to. And I haven't even been using my wellness planner because I've been so sick. So I won't probably really be using that till I'm able to exercise again, honestly. Like I could fill it out, but I just don't feel like it. So yeah, there's my Hobonichi weeks. It came with a super cute sticker. I think this one came with that sticker as well. It did. So here is my cousin. This one, what I do is after I decorate the monthly and use the kit, I keep the leftovers in the front. And then once the month passes, I will transfer these to my little Keep It Together sticker release booklet that I purchased from Coffee Monster Co. These were some of the stickers I was able to salvage that were in, because I had this, but I also had like a little folder in here that had some of the stickers, and those got ruined, which is very sad. But so a lot of those got ruined, but I did salvage these stickers. So anywho, I can do that after I film this. Looking back at the monthly for March, which technically, I mean, today is still, it's March 31st today. This was the month at a glance, and that's what I used to fill out each weekly view. So going to the first full week of March, this was the end of March, these 2 days, we picked up our kitty. I use these super pretty stickers from According to Allie, and then a bunch of doodle stickers from Coffee Monster Co. This one was Fearless, so I used Allie's Fearless illustrations and quotes. And then I had Simply Gilded scallop washi, and then this star speckled washi from Create with Mandy. And then I always put in like little emojis. So it was a pretty busy week. Nora had a sleepover, and I'll get more into that when I get to the dailies. This was my husband's birthday week. I decorated it kind of in his honor. He is a huge tea and coffee person. So that is what I use to decorate these pages. Again, the stickers are according to Allie, as are the little craft scraps and washi strips and quotes. And then tons of emojis as well. This one's not my favorite. I don't love this color Tombow at all, but I hadn't really tested it before I started filming, and I regretted how it all looked, but it's okay. This, let's see. This is the week did I go back to work? No, this is when I was really sick. So yeah, struggle bus emoji. Like you can see, I stopped tracking habits. It's like I could, in my wellness planner, I could track all my habits and my sleep and everything, but when I'm sick, I just don't even feel like filling it out. I'm just miserable. And I've been sick more than I've been well this year, so I'm kind of in a fight with my wellness planner right now. We're fighting. We're enemies. Right, so I'm still short of breath and still battling pneumonia, believe it or not. So I'm on a 3rd round of antibiotics as of today. While I was sick, I did have to take Nora to the eye doctor because she couldn't see. And so I think I made the appointment on Friday or Thursday of this week. And this was the soonest I could get her in. Obviously, we wanted to get her seen, so I had to take her, even though I was like coughing up a lung. I wore a mask and everything, but I was on antibiotics too. Then this was like the worst day ever. This whole week was just awful for so many reasons, and I'll get into that in a bit. I decided to go with like St. Patrick's Day stickers because it was St. Patrick's Day on Monday, and gold because I feel like gold goes with, you know, St. Patrick's Day coins and stuff. And then just some like little notes here and there. This was when I used my new stamp set from Syncopation Design, the planner activities. These are so awesome for planners. It's not even funny how cool these are. And you can color them to be anything that you want. I just was using my mild liners here to match the colors in these bird stickers from According to Allie. But these are fantastic. And then I also used the words. These are the planner words. There's a whole bunch of them. They're in alphabetical order. I'll link them below in case you're interested in checking out Jen's offering. She has lots of other stamps and then like hybrid scrapbooking items or junk journaling items that you can just download. It's a digital file and you download it to your computer, and then you can print them out at home and just cut out whatever you want and use it just like you would any other die cut or sticker. All right. So that's the end of March. This is the week. This is today. I'm home because Nora's homesick, but I also still am not better myself, although I would have went to work today if she went to school. All right, so my March landing page, this is my currently page. So this is all the books I've read for March. I read 11 books, which is crazy. Watching March Madness, Running Point, and the Yellow Jackets, planning April break and summer school, eating salads with avocado, bagel sandwiches, a boba, lemon seltzer, mini Cadbury eggs, and Peeps. Loving audiobooks, longer daylight hours, toothless cuddles, and brush pens. Trying to stay sane because I've been sick for so long. Really over all the doctor visits, antibiotics, and coughing. To parent Nora, who is sometimes beyond challenging. So that's my currently ING list. I love using that for this purpose. So I do it every month. So in February, let's see, it looked like this. January's looked like this. And April's I've pre-planned, and it looks like this. So let's get into the dailies where I have all the details and all the tea. Make sure you're comfy cozy because I'm going to go through this. So I love my little calendar from Hands Off My Dinosaur that sits on my desk. Actually, today's Monday, so I can take this off. And I cut these illustrations out, and sometimes I will save them and then use them in my daily. So this is hilarious. This is supposed to be, oh my gosh, who's the artist? Hold on, don't tell me. It's called The Persistence of Memory, is the original by Salvador Dali, but obviously this is like, he's supposed to be Salvador Dali, and this is supposed to just be somebody posing and like the abstract painting, which is hilarious. I was an art person like all through high school, so we had to study Dali's work during our abstract period. But anyway, I cut these out sometimes, so I just thought this was funny. Toothless laying on Matt's face. This was when we first got him, so I wrote about that. and how we went and grabbed lunch at 110 Grill before we went to pick him up because he was about an hour away. How we're obsessed with the kitty. We had church finally because we had been away from church because of like weather for the previous couple of weeks. Let's see. More information about Toothless. Just kind of talking about how he's doing like in the craft room by himself and getting to go to celebrate my friend's son's birthday at his house. Back at work, it was Read Across America Day, so I thought this was the perfect little illustration. Got my happy mail from According to Allie. These are all washi from Coffee Monster Co. that you're seeing here. This was a Paper Person Shop washi, According to Allie stickers. This is just a sticker from my stash. Some of these stickers, these are from my Bando sticker books. Just talking about how I didn't have as much of a productive day as I wanted to, but I did end up running a bunch of errands because Nora didn't have student council after school on Tuesday, so we went to the pet store to get some more food and cat treats. We stopped at Dollar Tree and just grabbed a bunch of random stuff, and I got the car washed. Work was really tough this day. This was the day my coworker got beat up pretty bad, and I witnessed it, so I covered that up. We did get a new student in the behavior self-contained room, and that was what happened. She was what happened, I should say. This washi and these leftover stickers are from According to Allie. These are stunning. Probably one of my favorite designs of hers of all time. Nora had a play date because they had early release this day. So Nora's friend Abby came over. I got Nora her book fair items because it was book fair week. And I chaired the book fair this year as part of PTA. We are obsessed with the cherry chai, iced chai at Starbucks. So I wrote all about that and how we got some before we went to her therapy session and how that went really well. These are some stickers from JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop. Guys, look at the stack of stickers I have from her shop that I have not used. Look at this. Many moons ago, I was like a rep for her. She never had an official rep team, but she would send stickers to this is when she first started, to some of her favorite creators, and we would share them. It was like an unofficial rep team, I guess. And I have so many here. Plus I have her older sticker books, and I forget to use them, so I've got to put them in. So they're sitting up here so that I start to try to remember to use them. So that's what these are from. And she is putting out new stuff all the time, so definitely check out her website. I talked about how I thought I was going to be in special ed, like the younger grades, but I ended up teaching third grade, and there weren't really many lessons left in the emergency subfolder, so I kind of winged it. And I was really exhausted by the time I got home, listening to We Do Not Part and talking about how I really want to do not finish it, like DNF it, but I didn't. Trying to use my sticker stash here. These are stickers from I forget. These I know are Laurel Denise. There's just random stickers that I'm using. That's what's happening. But I like it. It works. It's like a blue, green, purple theme, like cool colors. And I can tell that these are Zebra mild liner brush pens. So are those. So are those. Let's see. Sorry, I forgot to talk about what I was using to write. These are Rytech brush pens, I can tell. Usually I use my Tombow Funosuke, or I've been using lately my Zebra brush pens. There's a smaller tip and a larger tip. You can get them in a 2-pack at Michael's or Amazon. I really like those as well as an alternative. They're very juicy too. Closed down the book fair. Nora had her friend Sadie over for a sleepover. I tried the new jalapeno chicken pocket as a little treat from Starbucks. It was delicious. Matt and I watched The Theory of Everything. I did a lot of cleaning. Matt made French toast for us in the morning, and Matt and Nora have been playing Zelda a lot. We went and got ice cream. Talking about how they are fighting a lot, but hopefully they start to get better. My 2 kittens. Church and stuff. So Nora had her friend over after church. I took down Valentine's Day and put up Easter decor. And I kept this from the inside of the card that that Erica sent me, my best friend Erica. This was a happy mail from my good friend Jen Boom Creates. Love the card, so I wanted to keep the whole thing. And just taped it right in there with some washi tape. And then talked about how Nora was homesick with me, and I got nothing done. So this was like really happy, like note out of a day where I didn't plan on staying home, but ended up staying home and didn't do anything. And then I decided to put this washi at the top. This is from Grabby, and these are mild liners. This is an old Happy Planner sticker, and so is this. These are PET stickers from, from Paper Minty Studio. I doodled a little bee because we started watching the Yellow Jackets. This is done with, these are Rytech brush pens. So it was sunny and gorgeous with a high of 70. I said, today we embrace the gorgeous weather by driving with the windows down, opening some windows inside, Matt grilled pork chops, so tasty. Took Nora to the upgraded park by our house and got a vanilla milkshake and french fries at McDonald's. Nora and I took Toothless for his first vet appointment. I got my hair done. It was a good day. It was a good day. This is hilarious. Butt first, literally butt first in the coffee or the tea, whatever. Talking about how I'm feeling very tired. Probably I was getting sick at this point and didn't realize it. I bounced around from class to class, and I talked a little bit about that and wanted to keep it private. I finished The House of Flame and Shadow Part 1. Part 2 is not out on audio yet, so I haven't put it in my media journal. Nora had a huge meltdown after work. Oh, this was me swatching my new Sharpie markers. They're amazing. Love them. Again, talking about work stuff and covering that up for privacy reasons. Another old JoJo sticker, this little book bag here. This is Coffee Monster Kawashi. And this is when I started to be wheezing and feeling bad. I said I had a sore throat for 2 days and started with a dry cough last night and this morning, which got bad as the day went on. My chest feels tight. I'm wondering if it's the new medication. I hope not, because Otezla isn't working very well for me anymore. I'll call Dr. Winter tomorrow. Matt worked late, so he doesn't have to work tomorrow. I ended up taking famotidine because it got so tight and my wheezing was so bad. It seemed to help, thank God. But in the morning, and as the day went on Friday, I felt worse. So I did take Nora out to Target. She wanted to get some new Mariah Elizabeth merchandise, so I cut this out of the packaging. Talked about how we also got her a little, like a new set of pajamas, a couple t-shirts. And I did call Dr. Winter, because Nora didn't have school today. I did call Dr. Winter, my dermatologist, who said to stop taking the Sotyktu and I should feel better within about 24 hours after the medicine left my system, but that didn't happen. Nora had a sleepover, and Friday night I could not breathe. It was very, very scary. Should have gone to the ER, but I couldn't because Nora had a sleepover. So then after her friend left in the morning, I went to urgent care, and they gave me steroids and a nose steroid and told me to do my nebulizer treatment. I had low oxygen, high blood pressure. It was a whole thing. That's when my lips were turning blue and my fingers were tingly. And they said it was probably like the perfect storm of the new medication lowering my immune system and not being fully over the flu and who knows with asthma. But then I still didn't feel better. Like I felt somewhat better. I could breathe. Like I said, I felt much more relief after 2 full nebulizer treatments and 2.5 days of steroids, but my wheezing and coughs are still awful. Not to mention, I pee a little every time I cough hard, but I made myself rally and go to dinner for Matt because it was his birthday. So we did go to our friend's restaurant, so I was like feeling terrible and looked like crap, but I didn't care because it was our friend's restaurant. And this is all the stuff we got. I took a menu and I cut out all the things. Nora had a psychotic episode and we had like the worst fight ever. So I kept that private and journaled underneath it. And I put all these little like emojis. These are from Grabby, these little stickers. This is just a random sticker I had. And then this I printed off from like a meme. It just says, may your coffee be stronger than your daughter's attitude. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. No parade, no St. Patrick's Day parade, which I was bummed about because I had plans to go meet up with my cousins and their girls. Something we used to do when me and my cousins were little with our parents, and now us being the parents in this generation, we want to take our kids, but I wasn't able to go because I was very sick. Then this was the worst day ever. I went back to urgent care. They gave me an an x-ray. They said I had pneumonia, so then they gave me doxycycline, and more steroids and more albuterol for my nebulizer. But the PA did not tell me not to go outside if you're taking doxycycline, and it was unseasonably warm, I think, this day. And so I laid out on the trampoline with Nora. Was it this day? I think I wrote it in the weekly. Let's see. Yes. So it was the 19th. So I'm taking meds, and you can see this was me trying to write after my nebulizer, and I'm so shaky after it. I hate the way I feel. So I couldn't even write, but I decided to use this sticker from Coffee Monster Co. Please stop giving me lemons. And I doodled a lemon with my new Sharpie. These are the new Sharpie pens. I doodled my new Hobonichi Weeks. It obviously does not look like it, but I just wanted to play with the Sharpie pens. I talked about how I had a coughing fit and what happened with destroying my Paddington Hobonichi Weeks, and how I can't even film even though I'm home because I'm too shaky and my throat hurts, so I can't really talk. Very angry this day. So I was watching Paper People, and I just wrote, I'm over it, just want to go back to life. And this was the first episode. Amy, y'all, and Natasha in your phone. And Natasha always does these floral doodles, so in her honor, I just like doodled a bunch, and then I put that it was 70 degrees. So this was a day laid out in the sun, not knowing that being in the sun on doxycycline can cause insane rashes, and this is when I had hives. So then, but I wasn't sure if that was from the antibiotic or an allergic reaction, because I have these random hive allergic reactions, which is why I now have an immunologist. So I called my doctor to tell them everything that had been going on and started crying. And then the nurse called me back and said, stop taking the antibiotics, go back to urgent care if they don't go away. Well, they went away. So she said, all right, we'll try another dose. And if they come back, then you have to come in and see us. So I took my second dose of my doxycycline this day, and the hives never came back. Nora ended up praying for me, and they never came back. So that's cool. I wrote that there. Then, and these are Tombos. This was like a magazine clipping. These were according to Ally stickers. These are my new, like all the pens I got from Jet Pens. Coffee Monster Co. washi. Still had no hives. These are my new mild liners that I'm writing with here. So Matt teleworked, and we let Nora stay home because I was going to be home anyway, and they only had a half day, so she stayed home with me. And we met my mom. We had plans to meet my mom to go do her annual Easter dress shopping trip, so we did that quickly. We weren't out for very long because I wasn't feeling great. Matt actually drove, and I just kind of was there to be there and give my opinion on Nora's clothes. And then after we dropped my mom off back at home, I went to my doctor, who wanted to see me and go over everything just to be thorough heading into the weekend. So thank God at this appointment, he gave me another round of steroids and antibiotics in case. And I was like, well, I'm not going to need it. I'm feeling so much better. But fast forward to today, and I started the antibiotics again. But we'll get there in a minute. This was from Nora's spring benefit recital, so the flyer they gave us, so I cut it out and put it in here. What else? I cleaned the house. I feel like I'm turning a corner. Took Nora shopping to get treats because she got straight A's on her report card. Oh, after her recital, we ordered Chipotle, and they were like over an hour and a half behind fulfilling orders. It was crazy. This day, we had church and our monthly potluck, and then Nora had her best friend and best friend's cousin Greta over for a play date. Then my husband and I and Nora went and did a Target run. I got her some new like athletic clothes, and then we popped into like BJ's. We watched a ton of March Madness. I said my wheezing is almost gone, back to work tomorrow, so I went back to work. Yay work, who would have thought I'd be itching to go back. These are also from that calendar. So I thought this was perfect. Sports Day. This is hilarious, right? Instead of sporks, like he's a spork. Didn't get the memo. Thought it was Sporks Day. So all the sports balls are like, sorry, bro. So freaking funny. It's going to be all ripe. That's me trying to be positive and happy about going back to work, except Nora had a huge meltdown before she had to go to dance class, and we forced her to go even though she was tired. So I put this duck and wrote, "What the duck?" Something we say around my house a lot. These are the new mild liners that I got. This is washi from a washi sample from Linda. My friend Linda loves creating. These I cut out from the calendar. These are little stickers from Grabby. These are all the things I accomplished on my day home. Let's see. Oh, and then I had to go to the school to help with the talent show practice. I was super tired. I was yawning through the whole thing. Another iced cherry chai. Got Nora caramel frap. I had to work on Wednesday, but I left on my lunch break to go pick up her glasses that I saw were delivered at home and surprised her at class with them. So I cut out this little person with glasses on, and she loves them. And then I just put this here because Nora and Matt have just been playing Zelda a ton. This was my affiliate order from Laurel. Denise came in, so I put the little card there. Talked about work. Having vertigo. I had a super severe migraine to the point where, so I was supposed to help backstage at the talent show, but I could not even see right. I actually took my contacts out and ended up wearing my glasses to the talent show just to see Nora. And thank God my friend and coworker who was running the talent show moved Nora's performance up, so she was 8th out of like, I don't even know how many kids, so that I could come and watch her and then go back home. So Matt drove all of us there, and then we left Nora at school to watch her friends. He brought me home and he stayed with her to finish the talent show. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if it's because like the weather or just still not feeling right. Like my head's been really, like my ears have not been able to equalize in weeks. So like my sinuses are very congested, and I think that could have been why, but I'm not sure. This was, I just cut her name and the title out of the flyer they gave us at the talent show. Do all the things, eat the frogs. So I said, despite my lingering migraine, I got my adulting tasks done, cleaned the house, cleaned all the windows, finished my audiobook, The Nature of Fragile Things, which was my favorite, spoiler alert, favorite book for March. Met up with my friend Steve, who was visiting. I haven't seen him in years, visiting from California. So I took Nora after school to get boba at the mall and get some clothes, and met up with Steve. And we used to call each other Stevel and Geneval. I don't even know where it started, but so I just wrote that in. Talked about how I organized my Coffee Monster co-stickers because I got my Happy Mail in from the 9-year anniversary. So I decided to do my day in emojis. That was kind of fun. Might do that again. Dust, vacuum, clean, headache, did my nails, organized my Coffee Monster co-stickers, listened to an audiobook. We watched MSU versus Clemson. Ole Miss. Sorry, Clemson was like the week before. We had ice cream. We got boba. I am so excited because I can finally start planning Disney and cheering on Michigan State. The 29th, so Nora had her friend over for the first time, Olive. They had a lot of fun. So I've been stalking like Southwest for months until, because you know they only like update their calendars so far ahead, and finally you can book through November, and we're going in November. So now I have to like figure out when is the cheapest flights, what days are they on, because we're kind of flexible with when we can go. And then this is the first time we're going to be doing Universal, so kind of splitting our trip between Disney and Universal and what packages they're offering. And we kind of have to wait because a lot of times in June they'll reveal like a dining deal or a room deal. So even though I'm looking, I can't necessarily book anything just yet. But the fact that I can just start planning and looking at like the 2 parks we're going to be going to at Universal is so exciting. So I journaled about that. We ended up going to get dinner with a bunch of friends. If you follow me on Instagram, I shared in my stories, and I share a lot over there, so definitely follow me there if you're not. So a bunch of us went to dinner, and then Nora was supposed to have her friend Abby overnight, but she ended up wanting to stay at Abby's house. But in the middle of the night, like 11:30, 12, I had to go get her because she was coughing and couldn't sleep. So that was fun. That's why I wrote, "Oh, what a night." Then on the back of here, I talked about all of that, how she ended up like texting me while I was at dinner and saying she wanted to stay at Abby's instead of Abby stay at our house. It was a whole thing. So we were all up late because Matt was still out. He stayed out. I came home. And the idea was I was going to have a quiet night in, but I ended up being a taxi back and forth. Researching Disney still, very excited. We lost to Auburn in the Elite 8 game, which was very sad. Abby came over for a play date. She didn't stay overnight, but she did come over in the afternoon, and they played for quite a while yesterday. And then today is Monday. Did my journaling, round 3 of antibiotics. I said so much for a full work week. Nora decided she felt too sick to go to school today. I got all ready, tried to convince her to go, but she insisted on a day of rest and her nebs. I guess it worked because I'm coughing up a lung myself. And my chest still feels pretty tight. So I wrote about how I'm starting round 3 of my antibiotics. I started taking prednisone again on Saturday because I still wasn't feeling great. And how I called my derm and they said, stop taking Otezla until you're feeling 100% better, because that's probably why you're not better, because you're taking your immunosuppressant with your antibiotics. So I can't kick this pneumonia, so I'm trying to kick it. It's 71 degrees today. And I just put that the kittens are like nosy neighbors that like stare out the window at the neighbors all day. So I thought that was cute. Yeah, that's it. March was okay. I mean, sick, always sick. I just feel like I'm sick all the time. I wish I had more exciting things to share with you. Hopefully soon, because we have to leave in a couple weeks for Michigan for my grandmother-in-law's memorial, and we're gonna make it into like a few days extra of fun. So yeah, that's gonna be it, friends, for March's flip through in my Hobonichi planners, my brain on paper, as I say. I would love to know your thoughts, and if you found any inspiration from my daily pages or even my other pages. Don't forget to use my affiliate links, please. That is so appreciated. It helps the channel, and I just love knowing that you guys are into the same stuff I'm into. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have questions. Make sure you like the video if you did, subscribe if you're not, and hit the bell so you don't miss my content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, friends. Remember that you are enough. Bye.